The people of this colorful city have one foot in the past and the other firmly in the future. Here, like nowhere else, tradition and technology go hand in hand. This is Street Food Osaka.
The castle, one of Osaka's most recognizable monuments, watches over a city of nearly 3 million people. Osaka, Japan's second biggest city after Tokyo, is 400 kilometers southwest of the capital on the main Honshu Island. A city that's always on the move, on the surface, and in the thronging subways below, where underground alleyways mimic the streets above, commuters snacking in between stops. Osaka is known as the kitchen of Japan. For centuries, it's been a culinary crossroads, blessed with food in abundance to buy and sell, right on its doorstep.
For example, food from the Japan Sea, all the vegetables taken around Kansai area, and then you have Seto Inner Sea Circle, which you get the best fish and shellfishes available in Japan.
Osaka food is really a kind of street food. Of course, you have a lot of restaurants here, but what is important to Osaka people is to eat something fast and fill their bellies.
Osaka people are restless. It's in their genes. For example, if there's a traffic light on red, they don't wait, they cross. So there's a relationship with eating. They're impatient when it comes to food.
The pre-dawn chorus at Honjo Wholesale Market. Auctioneers taking bids for a mesmerizing variety of fish caught not just in the Sea of Japan, but all over the world. This market's been trading in seafood for nearly 500 years. But with fish stocks declining and increased demand, these days Honjo sees fewer sea catches. But the Japanese appetite for seafood remains as healthy as ever.
Michi, tell me, what is the special fish here in Osaka?
I would say it's hamo.
Hamo?
Hamo is very famous and popular, especially in Osaka.
Oh, is
Not
it really?
in Tokyo.
Not in Tokyo? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a kind of our culture.
So, Michi, this is hamon.
Yes.
This is Osaka's special fish.
This is my love. Hamo. Yes.
This is hamon.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my God, it is huge. It looks pretty. Looks pretty dangerous. I'm presuming it's not a dangerous fish.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Is it, this sharp?
Teeth,
Can I touch
so
the teeth?
it's very, very.
Oh my God! Don't do that to me.
Yes, it's must be careful.
And how do you cook hamon? Is it mainly through sashimi, or do you actually cook it?
Of course, we can eat sashimi, but mainly we eat a little bit boiled. Very short time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's it. And we eat with soya sauce or some special sauce.
From the market to the table. Now right here is a sushi bar, and I've been told that this is where you can get the freshest sushi in Osaka.
History carved out an Osaka with a unique identity. In Tokyo, the influence of the samurai, rooted in their warrior past, created a hierarchical society. But in Osaka, dominated by prosperous merchants and commerce, a society of equals evolved.
Because of the way society developed in Osaka, this was the first city in Japan where restaurants had counters. People could sit next to one another as equals, leaving their status at the door. In Osaka, diners are equal in their passion for food. At the counter, you can chat to the person next to you about food and places to eat. You can talk directly to the chef. This triangular dialogue, this leveling, counterculture, was born here and is typical of Osaka.
Counter restaurants abound in Osaka, serving a range of food. Customers elbow to elbow as enthusiastic chefs call out orders and rustle up sizzling morsels on bamboo skewers. In Osaka, history lives in places like this, where time stands still, in stark contrast to the world outside.
This is Dotonbori, and it is the main attraction for street food in Osaka.
Dotonbori is downtown Osaka, a cradle of consumerism and a festival of street food that comes alive after dark.
In a city spoiled for choice when it comes to fine dining, what Osaka cuisine is really known for is something quite unpretentious. It's real street food like this, balls of octopus meat in batter.
Octopus dumplings, or takoyaki in Japanese, are Osaka's most famous snack. Another fried favorite is okonomiyaki, cabbage coated in batter, topped off with an optional egg and heavy on the mayonnaise. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, in Koreatown, Osaka's largest ethnic population is cooking up a storm and bridging divides. Noriko Minami is a Japanese-born Korean who feels right at home in Osaka, despite a difficult relationship between the two countries.
Just what exactly is this?
This is senmai, stomach.
This is stomach.
When the first Korean immigrants came to Osaka, they were very poor. So they started eating the parts of animals that were thrown away by the Japanese, the offal, bits such as intestines. This became known as horomon, which means in Japanese, picked up, because it was the unwanted meat that was picked up by Koreans.
Is the Korean community accepted in Japan, just like hormone?
Until a few years ago, Japanese Korean people were not really accepted here. But now with the Japanese liking for horomon, we are becoming more and more welcome. Little by little, even if there are still difficulties. Horomon has helped Japanese people understand Korean, so the relationship is improving.
I come here for the atmosphere. It's like I'm in Seoul, in Korea, and I like that.
People enjoy eating in Koreatown because it's full of energy. That's what they love about the place.
Meat, that's what I really like.
Another dish to die for in Osaka, and many people have, is fugu, otherwise known as blowfish or pufferfish. It contains a poison hundreds of times more lethal than cyanide and has claimed thousands of lives. But that doesn't put people off, and more fugu is eaten in Osaka than anywhere else in Japan. By law, to be eaten safely, fugu must be prepared by specially trained and licensed chefs.
So here we are at a very popular fugu restaurant, and this is Tsuji-san, who has been preparing fugu for the last 42 years. How dangerous is it to eat this very popular dish?
There are only two parts of the fish that are poisonous, the liver and in the female, the ovaries. All the rest you can eat. To prepare fugu safely, you need a lot of experience to know where the poison is and how to remove it.
And where is the poison? Can you show us?
This is the liver, the most delicious part of the fugu. This is the part that people want to eat the most, but it's also the part that contains the most poison. But that doesn't stop people wanting to eat it, and some do. The risk of being poisoned is maybe 1 in 1,000.
How do you then separate the poison from the liver?
I slice it very finely, soak it in water and wash it thoroughly, especially all those little veins where you see the blood. Of course, you're never sure if all the toxin is gone. There's no way of knowing, so there's always a risk of being poisoned if you eat the liver.
When somebody actually tastes the poison, what happens? How does it feel?
First, your lips will feel funny. Next, you'll want to throw up. Then you'll start feeling weak. Then you collapse.
In part 2, feasting on fugu with the Japanese mafia. The down and out side of life in the kitchen of Japan. And the typical takeaways that looks as good as it tastes.